Hey everyone, welcome back to Homelab. Today we're going to take a look at a new router I picked up. I think the last video that I did was a replacement of one of my R210s that I was using as a pfSense router. What happened is the one that I replaced it with, there's some issue with the NIC cards, which is causing issues. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm getting a bunch of packet loss and kind of things that I need to figure out with that R210. So what I did was I picked up a Ubiquiti EdgeRouter. This is the 6-port version, has an SFP port. We've already done a little bit of Ubiquiti stuff on stream, so that was with the APs and whatnot. We're going to plug this thing in, get it factory reset, and then we will start transferring our settings over from the pfSense router to this one, and then we'll hook it up in the rack and get it running and see how it works. So I did pick this thing up used. The only thing I have with it is the router itself and the power cable. I did actually order the rack mount kit for it, so that'll be here eventually. Amazon's pretty slow right now due to current world events, but we'll have that pretty soon, and then we'll have it racked up in the rack. For now, I'm going to set it up on my desk. So basically what we're going to do, reset this thing, plug some stuff in directly to my computer, and then we'll log into the pfSense router, transfer some stuff over to this guy, and then we'll see if we can swap it out in the rack just in a temporary state and get it to work. So let's switch over to the computer, and we'll start working on it. Okay, so just a recap of what we've done so far. What I've done is I plugged in the router, we let it power up, let the status light go solid, and then what I did was hold the reset button, which is the little pinhole button, for 10 seconds. Then the link 5 button flashes, goes solid, and then the router reboots. So that's done. That's factory reset the router. Now what we need to do is I've also connected an Ethernet cable into the Ethernet 0 port, which is by default assigned a static IP of 192.168.1.1. There's also a DHCP port. I don't need to use that right now because I'm directly to the computer. So what we have now is we have it connected to this Ethernet 6 port here. We're going to set an IP to 192.168.1.2. That's fine. Don't need a gateway. That's probably why. Oh, no, I just didn't set this up. Okay, 192.168.1.2. Subnet mask, sure. I don't think we need the gateway actually. So this should work now. There we go. No. We'll go in here, and we should have our Ubiquiti manager screen. We do. Cool. Oh, there's an app. Username, I think by default is the same as the APs, which is UBNT, and the password is also the same, I believe. UBNT. Let's try it. It is. Cool. You want to start with basic setup wizard? Why not? Let's do that. Okay. So I don't want to mess with port 0 yet because I'm using that for this. So we'll actually do, so what are we doing for our internet connection? I guess 0 is the only option I have. So we're going to use the SFP as a trunk to the switches since we have fiber there. Just because why not? Internet connection type will be DHCP. We don't need a VLAN. Firewalls can be enabled. No, we don't need to bridge anything. LAN ports, ETH1 and ETH2, connect to the LAN ports. We'll just do as 22.168.200.1 for now, so I know which one it is. Enable DHCP, no. For now, we will leave it, so I'll be able to connect back through this. So this is going to be DHCP, so that's where we're going to plug into our internet connection, which is fine. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing a static. We'll do 192.168. I don't remember if I'm 0 or if I am... Okay, we'll do DHCP for now. I'll change it later. Everything else looks good. User setup, so we'll do a new... Why not change the user? Okay, we'll change the default password anyway. Oh, use default. No, let's create new admin user. User is going to be admin. Password is going to be that. Apply, and we'll apply the changes. Reboot the router. Yes, I'm sure. Now what we're going to do is we're going to quickly switch the Ethernet cable from ETH0 to ETH2 or 1 because I'm not going to be able to connect to it again on that port. And we'll let it reboot. The admin now with our new password. Yep, we're good. Okay, so let's do some setup here. Everything here is disconnected. ETH0 is going to be our internet. We'll do our config on here. Description, it's going to be internet, that's fine. Use DHCP, no, we're going to manually define an IP, which is going to be 192.168.0.2. Everything else there is okay. Save. Oh, /24. That'll be okay. These two are different networks. We're going to change those, but that's fine for now. The first thing we need to do is set up VLANs. Let's mess with ETH5 because that's what's going to go out to our switch. We'll do a config on this port. No IP address is fine. Enable is fine. Oh, here we go. Add interface. VLAN ID 10. Interface Ethernet 5. Description, server VLAN, IP address. We're going to manually assign a DHCP address 10.0.10.1/24. Save. We'll add another VLAN. 2. 5. This is going to be LAN 10.0.10.2. Or whoops. 2.1/24. Save that one. Let's do VLAN 3. This is going to be 5. Guest LAN 10.0.3.1/24. What we need to do is log into the pfSense router and get everything, but I memorize a lot of this stuff. Let's do VLAN 7. 5. Description is going to be security 7.1/24. Most of those I think those are the only ones I'm using right now. Oh, need 200 as well for VMware. 200 ETH5 description. Going to be VMware. Should be about it for now. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go plug in Ethernet 5. I'm also gonna switch over this router into the rack. And then we should be able to connect to the internet through it. That should work for NAT. Take a look at the firewall rules and port forwarding later. But we should be good there. So we have a bunch of VLAN set up. I don't think we need to change anything in routing. Everything's directly connected. So let's switch over. Whoops. Let's switch over to over by the rack, and yeah, we'll plug this thing in. Okay, so we've got the router sitting right here. It's still booting up. What we're going to do is we're going to plug in our internet in to ETH1. So we'll do that, and we're going to run it through our cable organizer here. What I should do is use a tripod for this, but we'll grab this guy out. It's going to stick through here, and then we will plug in Ethernet 1. So that should be our internet connection in. That link comes up. That is this switch port up here. We should be good. Next thing we need to do is find an SFP adapter, which I have two sitting up here. So we'll pull one of these out. Hopefully these work with this this switch. Plug that in, and then we'll go find in my cable drawers this one. And we have some fiber, some LC cables. I want one that's not like a billion feet long. I think there's a smaller one up here. This guy. Yes. And for now, I'm just going to plug this in to make sure it works. So we'll go LC in there. Hopefully the fiber lights up, and then we'll go up to the switch, which is port 25, which should already be set up to trunk, but we'll find out. And the link light comes up, and port 5 light comes up over here, so we got connectivity, so that's good. So now we're connected to our network through this fiber cable, and our internet's connected through this purple cable. So we'll put this back on here for now, because it's prettier. And we should be good to continue to set up. The other thing I need to do is plug in my computer again. So that's this cable here. And I'm just going to run it around front for now, because if I have any issues, I'll have to plug it back in there. And we'll take this guy and plug it into port 20, I believe, is the port for my PC. And that should come back up. And let's go back over to the computer and make sure everything works. Okay, so we're back over at the PC, and what we have here by the looks of it is we have our Ethernet 5 cables plugged in and connected, and it looks like we have activity on VLAN 2, and we have activity on VLAN 7, and on VLAN 10, and on 200. So we should, well, 10's obviously working because I'm connected to the router. Let's see if I can go 10.0.200 dot that. So we're routing now, so I can hit my Unify controller, so we're good there. We are not connected to the internet yet. Let's make sure we can do this. So we can see a little status link up here. So we have the SFP port hooked up. Oh, cool! It shows the vendor of the SFP port, which is kind of cool. So I got Cisco SFP. Let's just double check our connectivity on that port. So let's get it open, and we'll see if we can connect to our network. Let's switch over to this monitor. We'll do network guy here. Hopefully we can connect to it. And we'll do show run interface G025. This is a trunk, so everything is good here. So yeah, this is fiber link. So let's actually update the switch here. T, whoops. So we're gonna okay. T interface G025, and we'll update our description to be fiber link to an router. I don't have a name for the router yet, so we do that as well. And right, we're good there. And we have traffic moving around locally. The only thing we don't have is connectivity to the internet yet. Let's switch back over to here. What we're going to do for now is we're going to disable these. I'm going to leave one of these ports open, just in case I need to connect to it with my laptop or something. I'll actually set this as, those are disabled. There they are. Let's change the config here. Rid of that port configuration. This one we will configure. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll leave that one on, and we'll just disable DHCP, just in case I need to connect to this thing from outside, and we're just going to disable the other ports since we're not using them. So we'll go over to our services. Two DHCPs. Let's delete both of these. And we actually do need to set up DHCP, so this one as well. For example, we need to add LAN subnet is 10.0.2.0/24. Range start, we'll do 10.0.2.100, 10.0.2.200. Router doesn't matter. That's fine. That hopefully that will get my LAN back up and running. My Wi-Fi. Right now I don't have any internet connectivity. But let's figure out the internet part. You need to rename this thing. Let's do routing. So do we have a default route here? We do not. So let's add a static route. Gateway, destination network, 0000/0. Next top, 192.168. Let's eat 0. I think 0.1. WAN gateway. Distance doesn't matter. Enabled, yes. Let's do this. And that should give us internet, hopefully. It did. So you see my internet connectivity comes back up here, and we should be able to reach google.ca. Cool. So we've got internet back. Actually, that was a lot quicker than I expected to get this thing set up. Let's do some quick checks on my phone, actually, just to make sure I have Wi-Fi back. We need a router. I don't know, 10.0.2.1. Do another backup DNS. Domain, don't need, save. Give that a try. Okay, looks like I'm connected here. Let's see if I have access to the internet. Yeah, it looks like I do. Yeah, so we were just missing that router information. So I think we're all good now. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it. We've kind of have this set up. The only thing I haven't moved over was the firewall and NAT rules, which I'm going to do kind of offline, just because it's going to take me a little while. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you thought it was interesting or helpful, or maybe give you an idea of what this thing is about. And then you can apply that in your own home lab, home data center, that kind of thing. Videos coming up. We're going to be looking at the Ubiquiti access points. I'll do a formal video on those. I think there was a stream that I did last time. We also have videos for running cables. I have quite a few videos in the backlog that I haven't got to editing and finishing up yet. But this router install is actually going to help quite a bit because I was having issues with my home network up until this point. So hopefully that's all resolved now, and we can get on to making some more videos. There's probably going to be a few streams coming up as well. I do want to do some like I want to install Pi-hole and some other nice to have stuff, so I'm going to do that probably as a stream and not a video itself. But look forward to that. Make sure you join the Discord. Lots of people in there. If you need any help or suggestions or anything like that, they help me out a lot as well. And then yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.